month of word. The word of the Lord. You give somebody a word. I welcome all of you once again to this evening section. Today I'm limited with time and I'm going to do just about what's the English time? I'm just going to do about 30 minutes because like I said, now we're trying to do within time, just with time. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Counselor is here, the School of Marriage and Relationship. We are here, and I'm excited we are here. God bless you so much. I don't know, but let's see what the Lord has for us today. Tell a friend I'm here. Hey, you are first. Wow, Abner, thank you so much for coming first. Thank you, Abner, for coming first. That's a good one. Abner, thank you so much for coming first. We are here. I like that we are here. Oh my God. I love my people. God bless you. Welcome to the month of July. If you are excited to be in July, say thank you, God. I want to say thank you, God. I'm excited to be in the month of July. It's not easy. This few months of our time have not been easy at all, friends. I don't know about you, but it's not been easy at all within this month. The COVID-19 issues have not been easy. And I keep saying that the Lord is very good to all of us, especially where people around us are just hitting the virus level and we are still protected and guided by His grace. It doesn't make us too special. The fact is that if you have not been infected, it doesn't mean that you are being too careful. I keep saying this thing every day. It doesn't mean I'm being too careful or I'm too careful, but it's that there's some abundant grace of ours that is going on well. Thank you so much. I'm using my first 10 minutes to read your messages to say thank you. Welcome very much, Eva. Abner, thank you so much. Kofi, thank you so much. I know we're also here. Oh, I love you, Counselor. Thank you so much, Jesse. And then I have Mohammed here. Thank you so much, man of the moment. Thank you so much. Joanna, I'm here. Joanne, sorry, I'm here. I'm here, Joanne. You're also here. Thank you so much. Greetings from Cincinnati, Ohio. Say hi to PK for me. Cincinnati, say hi to PK for me. And then I have Soa, Ben Lies, Soa. So thank you very much, Soa, for also becoming here. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. Thank you very much for saying thank you, God. You are in a new month. Thank you so much. I'm very excited. You are also alive here. Thank you very much. The fact is that when you see your friend is alive, you want to thank God for it. People around us are being positive around here. You meet your auntie, you meet an uncle, they are all positive. But the Lord has been good to you, you are still negative. It's not because of some care that you are being, not because you're always in nose mask, not because I've met people who are constantly in nose mask, but they've tested positive. But the Lord has been good to us. This month of July is called the month of His Word. His Word. The month of His Word. That is what we have here. Today I'm fine and I know you are fine too. Thank you, God. I'm excited to be be a July born. Wow. Thank God. Thank God you are a July born. Thank you so much. May the Lord protect you in the month of July. Let me know your birthday so we can share a word of prayer and a parcel, a gift for you. Tonight we have a short discussion we want to do. And you know what we've been doing? We've been trying to see the importance of marriage for some time now. People have decided not to marry, and that's why we are still there. That when marriages, the interest in marriage is the problem, the men or the women. Women are working without getting married. Is it because there are no men who are ready to marry them, or is it because there are no women who are ready to be married? What is the problem that we are facing? What is the drive? Is it poverty? What is driving us not to be able to, as it were, take up our crosses, take up the cross and follow? What is really the problem? We are here tonight to have a quick discussion, and I'm reading your messages. Thank you. But remember, always share the page. When we come, just share. One of the things you have to learn is share. There's a friend, there's a sister, there is somebody who is not doing so well. The moment you share, the person begins to learn something from what we are sharing. I cannot be everywhere, but I can be with the people that I want to be with at this time. For that matter, just share. So thank all of you, those of you who are on Counselor Luther fan page. Thank you so much. The School of Marriage and Relationship is the School of Marriage and Relationship. The School of Marriage and Relationship. The School of Marriage and Relationship. So, School of Marriage and Relationship. That's what I'm trying. Thank you so much. School of Marriage and Relationship. That is what I just posted. Thank God. So I greet you, Paul too. Thank you so much from Germany. I trust all is well. Yes, all is well with me. Thank you so much. I'm excited. Let's share the page. Share it with your friends. Go on your page and share it. Share with people who deserve to have it. People are going through challenges. Your friends are having marital challenge. It is time for you to drop with them and share it. And then also begin to follow me on Facebook so that when we come, whether we share or not, you have the prompt showing that we are here to learn. I'm going to start, and I have just 30 minutes today, so I'll not keep so much of your time. I just want to use the first 10 minutes to read your messages, and I appreciate you, encourage you to share the page with us so that we can all learn something out of it. I'm excited, and I'm very, very pleased to know that you are there. You're watching me. Thank you very much. I'm excited. I'm very, very happy. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are on, and once we are on for good, and the Lord will always be there for you. The School of Marriage and Relationship is what we're doing right now, and I'm happy you are here. The School of Marriage and Relationship, the School of Marriage, the School of Marriage and Relationship. That's what we are. So tell a friend I'm here. Counselor Lutrot is here, live on Facebook. Join me and let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been discussing something for some time now. If I'm speaking, thank you so much. So I've pinned it down there. The School of Marriage and Relationship is what we're discussing today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to have you on my timeline today. I'm doing exactly 30 minutes of good time, good quality education for the rest of our people who are out there. We have been discussing the reason why people don't have the interest in marriage, and I don't know what your intake has been, but for some time now, I've got a lot of school of thought, a lot of issues that people are saying are the reason why a lot of people are not having the interest for marriage. But I don't know what yours is. What do you think is the main reason why people are not getting married? Why have they lost the interest in marriage? What is the reason why people have lost interest in marriage? Do you want to blame the devil? Do you want to blame the government? Want to blame families? Want to blame individuals? Where do we want the bus to stop? What do you think is the issue? We've done a lot of discussions on it. Even Monday, I think I did a lot of write-up on it. And today, I'm here again to come and settle the issue, and we'll finish it. My aim for this discussion is that each of us will have the interest for marriage. Is it that people don't really have what it takes to marry? Is it that people are struggling too much? That is why they don't want to marry? The most controversial counselor in the world. I celebrate you, senior. Thank you for celebrating me. What do you think is the reason? So, we want to also learn how to appreciate ourselves at home. We've come to a point that I have discussed with you that the husband is the head of the family. He's the provider of the family. And a man who wants to live long must be ready to take care of the wife. Take good care of your wife and then continue the care of your wife till the Lord calls you. As long as she remains as a wife, continue your care for her. That's what we should learn. We should not take care of people because we think they are respectful, because we think they are giving us sex or what. Let's learn to take care of the women we are living with because they are our wives. They are our wives. So your responsibility over your wife ends when she's no more your wife. As long as she remains to be your wife, you are under obligation to take care of her. So let me go straight to yesterday's discussion and conclude today the interest for marriage. And then our role plays at home. A man's responsibility is to the wife, not to the children. Oh, you didn't get it? A man's responsibility is towards the wife, not the children. So any man who is growing and your intent is to take care of children, that is not the reason why God created you. God created the man to come and take care of the woman. That a woman will be subjected under the rulership of a man. And based on that, the woman will be able to produce the seed that will crush the head of the serpent. So, God made it clear for the woman to understand that I am manufacturing you. I'm molding you because there is a man waiting to have you, to use you. You know, so that's why God brought a woman into the system. So when a woman comes into the existence, the being called a woman is supposed to come and help the man to be able to realize his purpose on earth. So a man without a wife in your life, your purpose is not driven by sense. And God's purpose for you on earth cannot be discovered. Which means marriage is not a choice. It's a must. If you don't want to have marriage, then don't come on earth. And let me say this emphatically. A lot of us have come to believe that our notion and our belief is that there's a heaven for us to go to. There's no heaven anywhere. Let your kingdom come as it is in heaven. So the heaven is made here. Here. There is no distinct place that we are collecting ourselves to. The people from the third heaven will come and visit us here on earth. We are on earth and we are supposed to affect the earth. And one of the best ways of affecting the earth is when you marry. So a man who gets married, a woman who gets married is ready to affect the earth. So you don't affect the earth just by employment, just by the job you do, just as a lab technician, just as an X-ray technician, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a mechanic. No, that is not how you affect the earth. The first best way to affect the earth is when you discover your purpose. And your purpose for God creating you is for marriage. As a woman. Is somebody there with me? You are there as a woman. You were created for the man to marry. The only way the man can control you so that you will not fall victim to the lies of the serpent is to marry you. So every man watching me, once you have a wife, your interest must be in what your wife is doing. It's two different things. Where some men have become too interested to the extent that they are chopping what the women are making. That's not what I'm talking about. No woman has the right to carry her own money to go and do something without the knowledge of the husband. It can't happen. It can't happen. No way. But every man has the right to carry his money to do something without the knowledge of the wife. That's not the same thing. So the fact that your money is yours, you cannot start building in your mother's house without your husband's knowledge. That is equal to eating the forbidden fruit. And remember that there are three types of marriage we have. The civil marriage stops you from owning property in the name after marriage. Any property you own before the marriage under the civil law is accepted to be yours. But once you are married and you become Mrs. Lutrot, every property you have made 15 years ago after marriage is part of the alimony in the marriage. People should get it straight. So the money is yours. You are working. The man should not be interested in the money you make. But the man must be interested in what you do with your life. Why? Because if Adam was interested in what Eve was doing with her life, the serpent could have not deceived both of them. Immediately your wife is deceived. It will affect you, the husband. Never live a life and believe that, as for me, I have a different life I'm living. I'm not interested. No, be interested. So you should be interested in what your wife wears. You should be interested in the hairstyle of your wife. You should be interested in the pomade your wife smells on herself. You should be interested in the things your wife does with her life. I am not saying befriend your wife's friends. When I say interested, you should not just be a man who is just there as a figure, as a husband, without having knowledge of what your wife is going through. So somebody's problem is that she wants to go and do her masters. And it is not the husband's money, but the husband is preventing her from doing her masters. And I say, how? How can your husband prevent you from doing your masters? What would he gain from you not doing your masters? What is it? Why? I don't understand. Why will your husband be angry you are doing your masters? So I went further to inquire from the man. Young man, Asimesi says she wants to go and offer her masters. But you as a husband, you are preventing her. Her money is ready. She has part scholarship. And he says, sir, I am very excited my wife is going to read her masters. But there are issues at home. So I say she should defer the program and go into the masters 2 years after these issues are resolved at home. This is a husband and you should listen. But the father of the girl is the one who is insisting that the wife should do her masters because all her siblings have finished their masters. Her junior sister has finished her master, but she's not married. So listen carefully. Once you are a wife under my roof, your masters can be done. Whether I am paying for your masters and it's not my responsibility to pay for your masters. That's what I want. Take it out of your head. You are not one of my children. You are not. Voluntarily, I can decide to support you voluntarily to do photocopy or to pay your fees. But what I'm talking about is that I am not under any obligation to pay your fees to go and do your masters. Take that thing out of your head. So that you are complaining to everybody. And I want to go to school and my husband is not supporting me. He's not giving money to go and pay my fees. He's just there and he's supporting. Your husband can be paying the fees of a university girl and has refused to pay your fees for your master's program. He is not wrong. Let's be very honest with ourselves. You see, we are trying to create the interest for marriage. And some of the complaints that the women are bringing out for the young ones to see that is killing their interest in marriage is some of these flimsy things. She has told everybody that my husband is refusing me from going to do my masters. He's not the one paying, but he's refusing. And that's the painful part. The painful part of the issue is that she is spreading the news of the husband not paying her fees for her master's program. Husbands watching me, it is not your duty to pay your wife master's program. Wives, listen carefully. If your husband invests in your master's program, that is an investment he wants to recoup. Hello? And your husband is not in any capacity to give you a loan. I hope you are getting where I'm coming from. Your husband is not in any capacity to give you a loan to go and pay your fees. He does that on voluntary basis. But the man's issue is that our condition now at home doesn't warrant you to spend years to go and read your masters. Let's give ourselves the next 2 years. So defer the admission. The woman is not deferring. Why with it? And this is why other girls around have catch the feeler. Like husbands are too bossy. They will not let you do what you want to do. It's not so. And that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I don't know which husband will not love the wife to achieve. But the thing is that we need to follow protocol. Because when a husband is not interested in what the wife is doing, the effect will not be on the wife. The effect will not be on the wife's family. The effect will be on you, the husband, unless you are not a husband. Because the word husband is husbandry, taking care, keeping it clean, keeping it perfect. Our world has gone to a chaotic position because of lack of proper marriage. And I'm using the word proper marriage. I'm not talking of cohabitation. Goats, and sheep are not the same. Bad parenting is as a result of bad marriages. See what is going on right now. Right now, Akwapim Polo has become the biggest problem for Ghana. And we are solving it because she has taken a photograph in her nakedness with the son. Where is the father of the child? Where is Akwapim Polo's father? Because her mother says she doesn't know what the daughter does on social media. So where's Akwapim Polo's father? Is the father dead? Yes. If Akwapim Polo's father is dead, is the father's family, everybody dead? Let's not take it is not about emotions, it's not anybody, it's and coming out with the truth, nothing but the truth. Where is the father of Ekwapim Polo? So you see, once a daughter loses the father figure, she begins to start a family without a father figure and begins to pollute a child because there's no father in the life of the child. I don't think if Ekwapim Polo is even married to another man as a wife, these silly things that is going on, putting her nakedness and saying she's just portraying the other people, the models in Abrochi, give it the title. You can't be silly and give it a title. You cannot be silly and give it a title. So you see, marriage, the interests of marriage, before the marriage itself, gives you a particular lifestyle. Or baby, I want to know, it was son, what's now? It was son, bra. If you said the woman is say, a bushie be a be pese, omo de shie ebe ba abeya one dia wadu say, you know, sa a bushian omani da utate mu awoko. Say na be a dachi bi don't meet me do mba be mama say, or ba be wano, ye be bisa was ya enko fa o ye ne bi emba. What do you come and say? Na obiya say me yes na metie, and na me na ba ye bi din komo mu amhwe wo Facebook no. Waba bedwam betonyuma. Unufu gu ho, uyefusu gu ho, otuhu gu ho, ye kan o se na wo pese odresse. And also ya sentini ba na bisa se ofifia na. O se an ofifia na konfa kuntu enkata ne ho na. Won se wahwe manu aye ya me enfa me ho. E asem ne bisa e. And am se me da asem bia enne na anyame de ache meti hei. Die ti amu nyina mu tie mi. Enya atade a me hye keke ntia. But sebio me kan yansasem bi nti mu tie me ne. The voice that God is using for me to speak is why you're listening. So imagine I have the voice, and then I come back again to come and sit here and go negative with smoking and putting weed and sniffing cocaine and say, is that why I'm called? Your voice is what God called you for. So if you're using the voice, why should you go naked? And when I'm telling you, the only challenge I have with you is that you're going naked because your predecessors, people like the Miss Bells, people like the Lord Kenyans, people have come before you and they have come back to realize that what they did before the time were wrong. So there are times that you learn from other people's mistakes, not just your own mistake. But she gave me a very silly answer. You are all listening. She said, what am I thinking? She should come here with a blanket on herself. But she's working with a manager. A grown-up, sensible manager. But they're happy. And this is how people started. When she started going naked on Vars Day, and we're telling her, stop what you are doing, others came to say that it is an artistic expression, my foot. You say this artistic expression? Artistic expression, people will wear things and cover their breast, cover themselves with some artistic thing. You are naked before your son and you say it's artistic. It is because of lack of proper parenting. Where is Ekwapim Polo's father? She doesn't have a father figure. She has only a mother. There's no father. So I'm saying that there's a difference between a husband and a father. When children who are born within wedlock are better 400 million times than children who are born out of wedlock. You can take me anywhere. I won't change my language. Be what I have seen. There are many who need to say, and kwala ema many papa etia wadi ase hwe wono omo osuman se kwala mamia weja akọ enu tie. One said that's the problem we're having. So the born ones in this country are refusing to get married, and they are growing, and they are spoiling their children before they get husbands. Just look at Ekwapim Polo. Even if you are not getting married to this boy's father, this 7-year-old boy's father, who is not dead but alive, and you are refusing to marry the guy, I will force you to go marry the guy. But let the environment the boy is in show that you are qualified for a husband. The fact that you can rent a 3-bedroom house, a 2-bedroom house to live as a single girl, doesn't make you a qualified woman in town. It makes you a useless woman in town. And remember, anytime I use the word useless, I say you are being used, but less. You live in a 2-bedroom house with your son alone. So your son has a room. What is preventing you that you have given birth mistakenly 7 years ago and there is no man who has worked to come and marry you? What freedom do you want? Women were not created to have freedom, because till you die, you are under the tutelage of your parents. And from their parental level, you go into marriage and you enjoy your freedom in marriage. There is more freedom in marriage. Women were created for marriage. So anytime you find a woman misbehaving, she's misbehaving because she has lost what she was created for. Don't give respect to single women. Don't. We are beating about the bush. We are hallowing them. We are making them the kings, the queens, the best thing that happened to creation. No. Ask them. Ever since they had the born one without the fathers, have they not had sexual intercourse anymore? Have they not had abortions anymore? Are they no more attracted to men anymore? Once you are attracted to a man and you have one child, that attraction should connect you to men who want to make you their wives. So the problem why women are not getting married, is it because the men are not qualified to marry them, or the women are not submissive enough to become wives? What is the problem? But I've said it. It is garbage in, garbage out. And I'll forever use Ekwapim Polo as an example. As long as Ekwapim Polo never saw mother and father together, but grew in that state of life to discover herself and become just like the mother by having a child without a man in her life, then she's now living the same replica life of raising a son like this. If we don't force ourselves to let Ekwapim Polo become a wife, this boy will go back. But where is the boy's father? Let me tell you, a man's sperm contains name. So no matter who Ekwapim Polo is, as useless as the father of the child will be, that father should be able to find himself in the life of the son. This is a boy. It's a boy. I am hardworking because I want my sons to grow and become hardworking. I reprimand, I stop, I rebuke, because they have to grow to learn it. I was sharing with some girls yesterday that whether I am home or not, there are signs that shows that I am a father and a husband in this house. Who will make it? It is my wife. Let me ask those of you who are married on my page. How are your children seeing your husbands? How are they seeing your husbands? Your friends, how are they seeing your husbands? Yesterday I was standing with my wife, and a friend of mine referred to my wife as mentioning her name. I said, don't do this any time again in my presence. Let her know this is my wife. Say, and your wife. My wife was not even there. That's why he was lucky. He was referring to my wife and mentioning my wife's name. I said, say my wife, don't mention her name. She's not your ex-girlfriend. Even if she was, she's now a wife. What am I doing? I'm trying to paint a picture for people to understand that the wifeship role is not a robotic rubber stamp thing. It is a process that we have gone through, and people must enjoy that environment. And for that matter, they would desire to be there. How do you paint your husband to your friends who are single? As a married person, how are you carrying yourself? As a wife, how are you carrying yourself? As a husband, how are you carrying yourself? You are married among these single girls. What are you making them feel? Do you make them feel that you are living with the best husband? If your husband is the wrong thing, separate immediately and go for divorce. Can you forgo some specific action so your wife can enjoy her privacy, her liberty? Can you starve yourself as a man and let your wife feel comfortable by eating? Can you walk so your wife can drive? Can you sleep on the floor so your wife can sleep on the mat? Can you live a life of squeezing your 1 million so your wife can have 2 million? This type of sacrifices that husbands will do is what brings the blessing from God through their wives for them. So like I said, you should be interested in what your wife do. Wives, how do you talk? And that is where I'm ending my message today. What is your conversation about your husband? What is your conversation about your wife? Are people saying you are disturbing them with your husband, my husband, my husband? Are people saying you are disturbing with my wife, my wife, my wife? What is really happening? What is it? Are your friends pissed off because you are praising your husband? Are your friends pissed off because you are praising your wife? What is happening? Are they stopping you? Open wawale. And they be a cancer meire. Ya cancer mikunu. Open wawale. Ya won't conform wawadi. Ya wadi impossible now back. No. And we have songs that will give you a double Friday. No, I'm not against the song, but we have mentality that marriage cannot be sweet for the rest of our life. It will be sweet from the beginning, but the end it will be sour. Says who? If marriage is like sugar cane, you will chew it, and when you meet the nut, you don't cut it and throw it. You break the nut. So if marriage is like sugar cane, the sweetest part of sugar cane is in the nut. So you break the nut down and you are forcing yourself to chew the nut. Once you chew the nut, the sweetness stays on your tongue and you are able to chew the whole stem. That is not sweet. How do you portray your husband in public? How do you talk about your wife in public? How do people know your wife to be? Can your wife say something that you have done in her life? Because this woman is rather portraying a negative picture of the husband to the people in public. And the young girls around her are saying that, well, me don't know. Me masters are wale. She. Me scan your masters, I'll write a book for you. Thank you very much. I'll write a book. I'll write it. Do you understand? So in the first place, how are you portraying your husband? Married people watching me. The young girls around us are not married. The young boys around us are not married. How often do they hear you saying good things about marriage? Are you always complaining? Are you always complaining? Are you always putting the negative things ahead of you? If you have too much negative in your marriage, stop the marriage. You want to do masters. Your husband says, can you defer the program to the next 2 years? Your father says he's not the one paying the fees. So don't mind him. You are a daughter, yes, but now a wife. You are a wife. So what are we doing to ourselves? Look at our lives. What are you telling people about your husband? Somebody will call you and ask you, is your husband home? Let me tell you in the first place. If a friend will call you and will ask you, is your husband home? In the first place, what type of conversation have you created so that a friend can call your line and ask you, Ukuna befia na? What in it is saying? And come on, Ben, and you be di. Et you me friend besides Ukuna befia na. And now, where munu? Who sorry? Then you mre wunyonko frewa. Hello, I do it to send bako number da. I knew, hey, yabedao. Oh, we're going to say, Kwaku. Hey, me no can say I mean Bobby Kunudio, or no, ni me real. Or no, that is a dear chance to know you. What are you doing? You are destroying your marriage. The picture you are painting to the person who called you is that you are living under a roof with a useless man who comes home but comes late. If your husband comes home late, is whose husband? But your friends, to the extent that some wives can even tell friends, and then the friends will call the husband, hello, Kwaku, Boko dear, my friend address is your baby and where do he? Are you serious? So you see, so the picture you are painting out there is that you are in a wrong marriage. Will it create an interest for anybody to come into that marriage? So we are going to sleep. Everybody is going to bed, including your house help. They have not laid your husband a table in the presence of his enemies. There is no sign in the house that shows that let's do daddy's food. There is nothing in the house that mentions daddy's name. You see, let me tell you, there's a way you call your husband. You can be calling your husband sweetheart, baby, dog, whatever. But when it comes to the children have a way they call their father. So the house help, master, daddy, boss, they have a way they refer to him. When I meet people who work with my wife and they are under my wife, when I meet them, I let them understand in official capacity, your madam says. In official area. In the corporate world, I don't go and say my wife says. Your madam says. Your director says. So I'm saying in the house, is there any sign that your children, even your house, look, there's a house help living in the house that is desiring to be a wife because of the way madam is treating master, because of the way master is treating madam. And the same way there's a house help in the home that she's regretting that she will want to continue to be a house help and never want to be a wife. Why? There are so many house help who don't respect their master. There are so many house help who don't give recognition to their bosses. Because the wives have spoken to the house help in a silly way. Hello? Listen. Anyhow my wife behaves in my house towards anybody, whatever she does is what I have told her to do. So if my wife is painting a wrong picture to the public about me, that is how the public sees me. If my wife will respect me in front of the friends in my absence, none of my wife's friends can disrespect me. None of them. So if people are not respecting your husband, check the way you sold him to the public. If there's a young lady whose interest for marriage is dead, is quenched, she is not desiring for marriage, she doesn't see anything important in marriage, and she is close to you, madam, check the way you talk. How do you even pick your husband's call? How do you refer to your husband? The regret in your marriage is what is in public, not the sweet part of your marriage. If your husband is that wrong, you have lived with him for 15 years, for 20 years, are you a fool? Where Jimmy? How do you live with a wrong man for 15 years? Who are you waiting for? Please. If you have sense, you don't live with a wrong man for 15 years. If you are a man and you are complaining about your wife, telling everybody you are married to an evil person, you are 20 years, you are a fool to live with a witch, a wizard, a big wicked woman, a bad, wrong woman for 20 years. Not a whole day. It means that the woman is good, but won't have a problem. What's my say? How are you portraying your husband in public? So, a woman gets up and calls the house help. A house help was brought to a home. The woman was complaining. Thank you so much, Eddie Adams. Hello, counselor. You are late. Oh, welcome. We are talking about the way you portray your husband in public and the way you portray your wife in public to create an interest for marriage for other people. So, a woman was complaining. And I'm a bre, and Obiambuami, so she complained and complained and complained. The husband gave her the right. Then let's get a house help for you. She said, me ask for house help. I don't want them. They come and destroy people's home. They come with different spirits. They will come and take your husband from you. They will come and give your children bad morals. The woman says, so can you get anybody from your family? No, I don't want anybody from my family to come and join me. So what do we do? Go to an agency and get somebody. So finally, the wife went and brought somebody. The husband doesn't know the girl. The first thing is that if you are bringing anybody to my house, ask them, I am the boss of this house. I am the head of this house. I am the one going to pay the house help. I don't decide who the house help is. But once somebody is coming to my umbrella, you cannot bring a house help who, because she's living in the outskirts of the house, because she lives in the boys' quarters, can you imagine that you are living in your old house and your house help and your house boy are living in boys' quarters? You've not even seen them before. They don't know you. But they're living in your home. The woman brought the lady and the girl has lived in the house with them For 3 weeks, the husband was not aware. Unfortunately, one day, the man saw this lady watering their garden and was worried. Why don't know? Now me eating me about one about why service abusa. Or by inside, came inside and confronted the wife. Hi, girl. Hey, who is that lady watering the flowers and digging the flowers? Oh, sorry, I have brought in a house help to come and help me, take care of the children and do the cooking and the laundry. She's been here for about 3 weeks now. I'm deciding that I'm checking her lifestyle. When I see she's okay, then I will now inform you, blah, blah. She has been here for what? So it's almost 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. And I say, so why 4 weeks under my umbrella? I don't know. I say, these young girls, when they come, you want to hide them away from you so that, they have a lot of schemes. And the man said, what are you talking about? That I'll wake up in the morning, I'll see somebody in our house watering the flowers, and I don't know who the person is. Ask my wife. That's what I'm saying, that you should be interested in what your wife does in the house. This is how Adam left Eve and he ate the forbidden fruit. There's no heaven anywhere. Heaven is on earth. Me, my house is a heaven. This is our heaven. What I'm doing here is heaven. And you should be interested. It's not just anybody. Because there are people you bring to your house and everything goes negative. But the head of the house is the spiritual leader. I am the head of the house. So anybody you are bringing, discuss with me. Honey, whatever name you want to call me, dog, cow, whatever. I found somebody I want to bring to the house. So I've spoken to the lady. She is a frafra. She is a dagomba. She is an awuza. She is an ewe. She is an akan. She hates from so and so. Her level of education is so and so. And I wanted to come and help. I've done investigation behind her, so I wanted to come. How much are we going to pay her? Listen, my interest in knowing the girl coming to the house is not anything. How much is she charging for the set? Because I'm the one going to pay. You can't come and tell me that, I negotiated with her so that we'll pay her 80 cedis. And then if you can't even afford, I'll pay on your behalf. I mean, that's nonsense. And this was the language of the girl. I'm telling you the story that happened. The man said, no. When I come back from work this evening, I want to meet her. If you think she's qualified, let's see how much we'll give her. Okay. Unfortunately for the man, see what the wife did. The wife told the girl, this house you are coming to work for me. Boss, who is my husband in this house, will never have anything to do with you. Don't come into the main house when boss is in the main house. 1. When you see boss passing, go inside, don't greet. I don't want you to have anything to do with boss, so that you come and tempt her to have sex with you. Listen to this nonsense. You want to be a planky? Don't worry. I'll come for you and marry you. Thank you very much for joining that planky. Somebody says in love with me, wants to become a planky. You are welcome. You are welcome. Don't worry. Let my money go up small. Because planky people, they chop chobo too much. They chop too much chobo. That was just by the way. Told the girl that vanish when you see boss. Don't let boss see you. And the reason is because when boss see you, he might have an interest and have sex with you. This is what the woman has told the house help. I don't know what you told your house help. I don't know what you told your junior sister about your husband. I don't know what you told other people about your husband. I don't know what you told your husband's secretary in the office. I don't know what you told the girls in your husband's office about your husband. Immediately you tell somebody that my husband can have sex with you, you have just insulted your husband and put your husband in the bad books of your friends. So husband so demanded that the girl must come and see me. And that was where the fight came. The woman said, well, I don't know why you want to see her. I have negotiated with her. She says she's going to take 400 Ghana cedis a month. And I think it's within our this thing. And blah, 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 blah. But I've negotiated that if you can't pay, I'll give it. Say, no, I want to meet the girl. The wife says that your meeting of the girl is not important. Say, somebody cannot live on my compound whilst I don't have anything. Say, what do you mean? She's not working for you. She's working for me. You say I should look for somebody. Why do you want a girl to come and meet you? She's not the one going to cook your food. She's not going to wash your dresses. She's going to take care of our children. The man says, I want to meet the girl. This is how the quarrel started. Then the woman said, based on the request you are doing, I want to let the girl go. And he sacked the girl. TMU. So the husband came back home in the evening and said, honey, I'm here. Where is the girl? Call me your house help. He says, well, I told you can't meet her, so I've asked her to go and bring the one you like. So what's this? You see, men are smart. Before the man said Jack, he has gotten all the information of the girl. He spoke to the girl and asked the girl, how long have you stayed here? The girl has been in the house that the woman is saying 3 weeks. The girl has been in the house 1 month, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. Why would you do this to your husband? And the man has chat on the girl nakasa. And yes, or pen. But girl catch and say, Madam Simu Hunu. Madam Simu Huna Ohuna. One shot on any better. Ah! Sana Madam catch it. Nti mimba fie ho masa mimi wa haka kra nti muko adwuma no abehwe enkwala ne nyama na ye ba madam sise. And unfortunately the man said he came home one afternoon, and when he came to the house he came to meet the girl in the main house, and that's how he spoke to the girl and had all the rundown from the girl. So the wife was not aware that ni kununu de obana kasa. So the man too saw the goodness in the girl. The girl is an SS leaver who wants to get money so she can go and continue her school in the university, blah, 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 blah. So he found interest in the life of the innocent girl who is 23 years and have not gone to the university yet. So, but the year catches up and bow by winning. Listen to me. Know the way you talk to people about your husband. Protect your husband. Don't give your husband away to fools. Don't let anybody come and discuss your husband with you. The same like your wife. It's good to be advised. It's good. I'm not saying it's good to have a droplings of advice. It's good to have droplings of your advice. Thank you. Can you please put on this thing for me small? Thank you so much, guys. It's good to have droplings. But what do you tell people about your husband? How do you tell your husband, be careful, master don't have sex with you? You know what he just did? So the girl now sees master as Irina. But if you know your husband is Irina, why are you still there as a wife? The way you paint your husband in public is the way people will see you as a wife. So the friends who are around you are not interested in marriage because of the way you behave. I came to provoke you. Let your fellow men be interested in marriage. Let your fellow men use you as the yardstick for going to choose a wife. Mobi who no ka se chale we just boy me pay you. Send how you hu ju ya. Send how you tie dem do nyame chale. Me who girl bi mbese o hwe the life man me say chale ne hu do te say o yiri ana. This is what we want to hear. But you are complaining, and the way you are not showing signs of marriage within your friends. And to what for who are what they are faso. Minka so what they are na wa shake mo debut. She obia ware odi mechi or yen kwasi ade. But every second when a brabo mu no or the oba kra e ko shebe bi di nako yen mpama gura or mo ben who say wa wale. Yeah, fun so funny yirechi, but or you're proud of the wife she's having. Let me see. Unyonko afra na ukuna befia na. Ube kan kwasi asem. Kwa ku befia sisebri. Na say bebi okoya pam na na. Create a scenario in your house that everybody, including your family, will respect your husband. If your sisters cannot respect your husband, then your husband is not a good thing that happened to your family. Wives, me, none of my siblings can ever in their life insult my wife. They can't. They can't even report my wife to me. On what basis? What basis? On what basis? So the way you portray your wife in public, the way you talk about your wife in public, your wife is not working. She's a housewife. If you think it's a burden to you, why do you tell everybody? Why do you tell everybody? And I'm meeting how much in power. Meeting how much in power. Woman, I didn't know I said. Me ma made it car waka said. Me ma made this company jana. I give my wife capital to do business and it's bent. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. You didn't marry somebody's daughter to come and work for you. Keep that in your head. If my wife starts business and it collapses, so what? Does it stop her from being a wife? My wife is not my wife because our ginger business is going on. No. Her position in my life is not a sales girl. Your wife is not a business partner. You didn't marry a woman who can equally assist you to do business. No. So, you have a shop in town. You sell spare parts. And your wife is the one sitting at the shop in Abosokai selling spare parts. As long as she's making profit for you, she's a good wife. You are a stupid man. What do you mean? Or you did there, what be a store? And I eat a tiano or tranoa, a dread dear bapa, and crofото adia pa, and into a yiripa. You are stupid. What do you mean? O yire boa wo ton adia, and no nchire so ya yiripa. Tie me. Se o yire boa wo etua dan car, and no nchire se o ya yiripa. Vem. Romo e chale. O yire boa wo na utua dan car, and no nchire se o ya good wife. Upo bia boa wo etua dan car, current control, kopo bi boa wo. If say monam ho no de mo friend say yiripa no mo nya hu ye. And your bar or no the onyane dia on fam boa or ya yire boni. What picture are you painting that others will have the desire to become wives, to become husbands? Let the public become a clear signal that everybody knows that it is good. Today I provoke you. Today I provoke you. Don't force to love your wife. Let everybody respect your husband. Let everybody respect your wife. Let everybody around you know that you're having a good wife. By showing them out there properly. Ma enye papa. Ma enko ye. So that we know. Publicize your marriage. Marriage is not secret. If you think that your wife is a burden, divorce her. Divorce her. So that we know you don't have a wife. But until then, as I wrap up, the way you are at home, the way you are showing your husband at home, the way the children see daddy's plate, daddy's cup, daddy's bowl, that is how they will have the desire to be wives and husbands. God bless you. 0277, now I'm going to put the number there for you. 609-644. I'm out of here. Any question, any help you want, call me on 0277 609-644. So then, I want to sign out today and tell you, welcome to the month of July. Love your wives. Let people know how good your wife is. Let people know how you respect your husband. And by so doing, this life we are living will be better than the one they have lived before. Marriage is sweet and is the best thing that happened to us. Let heaven be on hell for you. And by so doing, everything will end well with you. I'm excited you join me tonight. Go to my YouTube page and subscribe to the channel. Just go there. Subscribe to Counselor Lutrot channel. The School of Marriage and Relationship. We are teaching a lot. Our desire to marry must be quickened up. 0277 609-644. If you are in a bad marriage, you are in a bad relationship, you want support, call me on 0277 609-644 to support our foundation. If you are in the United States of America, remember that you can send us a Zelle account by calling my chairperson, Ya Ofran, on 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. If you want to send us Momo, the number has been dropped down there. Just join us and your life will never be the same again. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Till I see you again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Luton. Stay blessed. Bye for now.